When we talk about the concept of there's no going back, it resonates deeply within the core of our spiritual journey. This idea isn't just about a physical path, but about a profound transformation in our consciousness. Once we awaken and activate the third eye, our perception of reality shifts fundamentally, and returning to our previous way of seeing the world becomes impossible. The third eye, often referred to as the inner eye, is a mystical and esoteric concept that symbolizes a state of enlightenment. It is associated with the Ajna chakra in the body, located in the forehead, between the eyebrows. This activation is not merely about seeing with our physical eyes, but about perceiving the deeper truths of existence. I want you to imagine a life where you are continually aware of the interconnectedness of all things. This is what the third eye activation brings. You start to see beyond the illusions of separateness and duality. You begin to understand that we are all part of a larger, unified whole. This realization changes everything. It alters how you interact with others, how you make decisions, and how you view your purpose in life. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons. But what does it mean to have no going back? It means that once you experience this shift, the old ways of seeing and being no longer fit. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. You cannot unsee the truths that have been revealed to you. This can be both exhilarating and challenging. When we activate the third eye, we often encounter truths that can be uncomfortable. We see our own flaws, our own limitations, and the ways in which we have been living unconsciously. This can be a difficult pill to swallow, but it is also incredibly liberating. Because with this awareness comes the power to change. We are no longer bound by our past patterns and behaviors. We can choose a new way of being. The journey of third eye activation requires courage. It requires us to face ourselves honestly and to let go of the illusions that we have clung to. But in doing so, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and of the universe. We begin to see the world with clarity and compassion. We start to live from a place of authenticity and truth. One practical piece of advice for those who are on this path is to cultivate a practice of mindfulness. Being present in each moment helps us to stay connected to our inner wisdom and to the deeper truths that are revealed through the third eye. This can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to sit in silence, to breathe deeply, and to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. Another important aspect of this journey is to surround ourselves with people who support our growth. This doesn't mean that we only associate with those who are on the same path, but rather that we seek out relationships that are based on mutual respect and understanding. When we are surrounded by positive, supportive energy, it becomes easier to stay true to our path. As we continue on this journey, we may also find that our interests and priorities shift. Things that once seemed important may no longer hold the same weight. This is a natural part of the process. As our awareness expands, so too does our understanding of what truly matters. We may find ourselves drawn to new experiences, new learning, and new ways of being. One of the most profound changes that comes with third eye activation is the shift from fear to love. When we see the world through the lens of the third eye, we understand that fear is an illusion. It is based on a false sense of separateness and lack. But when we recognize our interconnectedness, we see that love is the true nature of the universe. This doesn't mean that we will never experience fear again, but rather that we have the tools to move through it with grace and understanding. As we integrate this new awareness into our lives, we become beacons of light for others. Our very presence can inspire and uplift those around us. This is not about preaching or trying to change others, but simply about living our truth and allowing our light to shine. When we do this, we create a ripple effect that can transform the world. I want to ask you something now. What are the illusions that you have been holding on to? What are the fears that have been keeping you from living your truth? Take a moment to reflect on this. The answers may not come immediately, but trust that they will come. As we move into the next part of this journey, let's carry with us the understanding that there is no going back. Each step forward brings us closer to our true selves and to the deeper truths of existence. This path is not always easy, but it is always worth it. The rewards of living from a place of authenticity and truth are immeasurable. In the next part, we will delve deeper into the practical aspects of third eye activation. We will explore techniques and practices that can help us to open this powerful center of intuition and insight. Remember, this is a journey, and each step we take brings us closer to the realization of our true nature. Continuing from where we left off, let's explore some practical techniques that can assist us in activating the third eye. One of the most effective ways to stimulate this energy center is through meditation. Meditation allows us to quiet the mind and to focus our attention inward. By doing this, we create a space where the insights and intuitions of the third eye can surface. A specific meditation technique that is particularly beneficial for third eye activation is called Tritaka, or candle gazing. To practice Tritaka, find a quiet, dark room where you won't be disturbed. Light a candle and place it at eye level, about an arm's length away. Sit comfortably with your spine straight and your eyes open. Gaze at the flame without blinking for as long as you can. When your eyes begin to water or feel tired, close them and focus on the afterimage of the flame in the space between your eyebrows. This practice helps to strengthen the third eye and to develop concentration and focus. Another powerful technique is the use of affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that help to reprogram the subconscious mind. By repeating affirmations related to third eye activation, we can reinforce our intention to open this center and to access its wisdom. Some affirmations you might use include: I trust my intuition. I see clearly with my inner vision. I am connected to the wisdom of the universe. Repeat these affirmations daily, either silently or out loud, and notice how they begin to influence your thoughts and perceptions. Visualization is another effective tool for third eye activation. Visualization involves creating a mental image of what we want to manifest. To use this technique, find a quiet place where you can relax without interruptions. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Then, imagine a bright indigo light in the center of your forehead. Visualize this light growing brighter and more vibrant with each breath. See it radiating throughout your entire being, filling you with clarity and insight. Hold this image for as long as you can, then slowly bring your awareness back to the present moment. Breathing exercises or pranayama can also support the activation of the third eye. One simple and effective practice is alternate nostril breathing, known as nadi shodhana. To practice this, sit comfortably with your spine straight. Close your right nostril with your right thumb and inhale deeply through your left nostril. Then, close your left nostril with your right ring finger and exhale through your right nostril. Continue this pattern, alternating nostrils with each breath for several minutes. This practice helps to balance the energies in the body and to calm the mind, making it easier to access the insights of the third eye. As we engage in these practices, It's important to remember that the activation of the third eye is a gradual process. It requires patience and persistence. We may not see immediate results, but with consistent practice, we will begin to notice subtle shifts in our awareness and perception. Another aspect of this journey is paying attention to our dreams. The third eye is closely linked to the realm of dreams and the subconscious mind. Keeping a dream journal can be a helpful tool for understanding the messages and insights that come through in our dreams. Each morning, take a few moments to write down any dreams you remember, even if they seem insignificant. Over time, you may begin to see patterns and symbols that provide valuable insights into your spiritual journey. In addition to these practices, it's important to maintain a healthy lifestyle. This includes eating a balanced diet, getting regular exercise, and ensuring that we get enough rest. Our physical health has a direct impact on our energy and our ability to access higher states of consciousness. Certain foods are particularly beneficial for supporting third eye activation, such as raw cacao, goji berries, garlic, lemon, watermelon, star anise, honey, and coconut oil. Incorporating these foods into our diet can help to nourish the pineal gland, which is associated with the third eye. It's also helpful to minimize our exposure to toxins, both in our environment and in our minds. This means being mindful of the media we consume, the people we surround ourselves with, and the thoughts we entertain. Surrounding ourselves with positive, uplifting energy supports the activation of the third eye and helps us to stay aligned with our higher purpose. One more practice that can aid in third eye activation is spending time in nature. Nature has a way of grounding us and connecting us to the larger web of life. Whether it's a walk in the park, a hike in the mountains, or simply sitting by a river, being in nature helps us to attune to the natural rhythms of the earth and to access the deeper wisdom of the third eye. As we integrate these practices into our daily lives, we begin to notice subtle but profound changes in our awareness. We start to see the world with new eyes, to recognize the interconnectedness of all things, and to trust our inner guidance. This is the power of third eye activation. It opens us to a higher level of consciousness and to the deeper truths of existence. I want to ask you now, what practices resonate most with you? Which ones are you willing to incorporate into your daily routine? Take a moment to consider this. The answers will guide you on your journey. As we move into the third part of this exploration, let's delve into the experiences and insights that come with third eye activation. This is where the journey becomes truly transformative. Remember, there is no going back. Each step forward brings us closer to our true selves and to the deeper truths of existence. In the third part of our exploration, let's focus on the experiences and insights that arise as we activate the third eye. This is where the journey becomes truly transformative and where we start to see the world with a new perspective. One of the first things we may notice is an increase in our intuition. Intuition is the ability to understand something immediately, without the need for conscious reasoning. It is a direct knowing that comes from the higher self. As the third eye opens, we become more attuned to this inner guidance. We start to receive insights and answers that come seemingly out of nowhere. This can be incredibly empowering, as it allows us to navigate our lives with greater clarity and confidence. Another common experience is an increased sensitivity to energy. We may begin to sense the energy fields of people, places, and objects. This heightened sensitivity can help us to make more informed decisions and to avoid situations that are not in alignment with our highest good. It can also deepen our connections with others as we become more attuned to their feelings and needs. As our perception expands, we may also begin to see beyond the physical realm. This can include seeing auras, which are the subtle energy fields that surround living beings. Each person's aura has a unique color and pattern that reflects their emotional, mental, and spiritual state. Being able to see auras can provide valuable insights into our own state of being and that of others. In addition to seeing auras, we may also start to have visions or receive messages from the spiritual realm. These experiences can come in many forms, such as seeing images during meditation, hearing inner voices, or having vivid dreams. These messages can provide guidance and support on our spiritual journey. It's important to approach these experiences with an open mind and to trust that they are coming from a place of love and wisdom. One of the most profound insights that come with third eye activation is the realization of our interconnectedness. We start to see that we are all part of a larger, unified whole. This understanding dissolves the illusion of separateness and fosters a deep sense of compassion and empathy. We begin to see ourselves in others and to recognize the divine spark within each of us. This shift in perception can transform our relationships and how we interact with the world. As we continue to integrate these experiences, we may also notice a shift in our values and priorities. Things that once seemed important may no longer hold the same significance. We may find ourselves drawn to new pursuits and interests that are more aligned with our true purpose. This can be a time of great change and growth as we shed old patterns and embrace new ways of being. One practical piece of advice for navigating these changes is to stay grounded. This means maintaining a connection to the earth and to our physical bodies. Grounding practices can include spending time in nature, walking barefoot on the earth, or practicing physical activities such as yoga or Tai Chi. Staying grounded helps us to integrate the higher energies of the third eye into our everyday lives and to stay balanced and centered. It's also important to practice self-care during this time. The process of third eye activation can bring up a lot of emotions and old patterns that need to be released. Taking care of ourselves physically, emotionally, and spiritually helps us to navigate this process with greater ease and grace. This can include practices such as regular exercise, healthy eating, journaling, and spending time with loved ones. As we continue on this path, we may also find that our relationships begin to change. Some relationships may deepen and become more meaningful, while others may fall away. This is a natural part of the process. As we evolve, our relationships must also evolve. It's important to approach these changes with acceptance and to trust that they are happening for our highest good. One of the most beautiful aspects of third eye activation is the sense of inner peace that it brings. As we align with our higher self and the deeper truths of existence, we begin to experience a profound sense of calm and contentment. This inner peace is not dependent on external circumstances, but comes from a deep knowing that we are connected to something greater than ourselves. I want to ask you now, how are you experiencing these changes in your own life? What insights and shifts are you noticing? Take a moment to reflect on this. The answers will provide valuable guidance on your journey. As we move into the final part of this exploration, let's focus on how we can integrate the insights and experiences of third eye activation into our daily lives. This is where the journey becomes truly transformative and where we start to live from a place of authenticity and truth. In the final part of our exploration, let's focus on how we can integrate the insights and experiences of third eye activation into our daily lives. This is where the journey becomes truly transformative and where we start to live from a place of authenticity and truth. Integrating the insights of third eye activation requires us to align our actions with our higher self. This means living in a way that is true to our inner knowing and that reflects our deepest values. One practical way to do this is to set clear intentions for how we want to show up in the world. This can include intentions for our relationships, our work, and our personal growth. By setting these intentions, we create a roadmap for living in alignment with our higher self. Another important aspect of integration is to practice discernment. As our intuition and sensitivity to energy increase, we become more aware of the subtle influences in our lives. This awareness allows us to make more informed choices about where we direct our energy and attention. Practicing discernment means being selective about the people, places, and activities that we engage with. It means choosing to surround ourselves with positive, uplifting energy and to avoid situations that drain or deplete us. As we integrate these insights, we may also find that we need to set boundaries. Boundaries are a way of protecting our energy and ensuring that we have the space and time to nurture our inner growth. Setting boundaries can be challenging, especially if we are used to putting others' needs before our own. But it is an essential part of the process. By setting clear boundaries, we create a container for our own healing and transformation. One practical tool for setting boundaries is to practice saying no when something doesn't feel right. This can be difficult, especially if we are used to pleasing others or avoiding conflict. But it is a powerful way to honor our own needs and to stay true to our path. Remember, saying no to something that is not in alignment with our highest good is also saying yes to something that is. As we continue to integrate these insights, it's also important to practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool for shifting our perspective and for cultivating a sense of abundance and contentment. By focusing on what we are grateful for, we open ourselves to receive more of the good that life has to offer. This can include simple practices such as keeping a gratitude journal, where we write down things we are thankful for each day, or taking a few moments each day to silently express our gratitude. Another way to integrate the insights of third eye activation is to practice acts of kindness and service. When we see the interconnectedness of all things, we naturally feel a sense of compassion and a desire to contribute to the well-being of others. This can take many forms, from volunteering our time to helping a friend in need, to simply offering a kind word or a smile. Acts of kindness create a ripple effect that can transform the world. As we integrate these practices, we may also find that our creativity is enhanced. The third eye is closely linked to the realm of imagination and inspiration. As we open this center, we may find ourselves drawn to creative pursuits such as art, music, writing, or dance. Engaging in creative activities allows us to express our inner wisdom and to bring our visions to life. Finally, it's important to remember that the journey of third eye activation is ongoing. There is always more to learn and more to discover. Each step we take brings us closer to our true selves and to the deeper truths of existence. It's important to stay open and curious and to trust that we are exactly where we need to be. I want to ask you one last question. How do you plan to integrate these insights into your daily life? What steps can you take to live in alignment with your higher self? Take a moment to consider this. The answers will guide you on your journey. As we come to the end of this exploration, let's take a moment to honor the journey we have been on. The path of third eye activation is a profound and transformative one. It requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to see beyond the illusions of the physical world, but the rewards are immeasurable. By opening the third eye, we gain access to a deeper level of awareness and to the wisdom of the universe. We start to live from a place of authenticity and truth, and we become beacons of light for others. Remember, there is no going back. Each step forward brings us closer to our true selves and to the deeper truths of existence. This path is not always easy, but it is always worth it. The insights and experiences we gain along the way are valuable tools for our personal growth and transformation. Thank you for joining me on this journey.